Good morning, Atlanta. Today on Play to Win, it's Bama and Georgia in the national championship, and we've got every angle covered. Plus, we're hitting the road to the Super Bowl. It's all that and more coming up next on the fastest 30 minutes in television, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. AT&T and Beaver Toyota. Welcome to football's Play to Win. With Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, college and SEC football expert Chris Marler, Falcons All-Pro wide receiver Terrence Mathis, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Good morning, Atlanta. Happy Saturday. Our Hometown Team Report is brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys, Chuck Smith, Terrence Mathis, Bob Whitfield. And right off of the top here, Terrence, I know you had a few kind words that you wanted to lend towards the late and great Dan Reeves.
Well, it's been 7 days now since the passing of Dan Reeves, one of the best coaches to ever coach in the NFL. Think about this. He's been a part of 9 Super Bowls in his coaching career and playing career. I truly believe that Dan Reeves should be remembered as setting the foundation of this new era of Falcons football, because prior to that, we were a joke. And he brought discipline. He brought respectability. He was a player's coach. He treated us like men, and he's going to be dearly missed.
Yeah. And it just right off the heels of Madden as well. So it's been a really it's been a tough time for football lately. Thank you so much, Terrence, for that. Switching gears over to the Natty, Bama, Georgia, an all SEC national title game. Do we think overall that's good for college football?
Well, I'll tell you this, Nikki. It's a amazing thing how good they do in recruiting at Alabama and Georgia. It's because when you can assemble that much talent and then get that talent to perform at those high levels, it's an amazing things where other conferences, other colleges, they are hoping for the opportunity to dethrone them, but it's not an easy win. It's not an easy battle. And I think this is a benchmark for what real solid football, how guys work and gel together, and then the consistency overall. I think we shouldn't hate on the fact that it's all SEC. We should learn from the fact that they are doing some good things in the South with football.
Well, I hope our buddy Chris Marler was listening to those awesome words that you just gave us
and
there
I'm a
too.
West Coast guy.
I guess.
Pastor
and
Whitfield.
you're a West Coast guy. Well, Pastor Whitfield, real talk here though. What's the perception going to be of Kirby Smart if he loses this game? I mean, it got real heated after the last one, Chuck.
Well, I think first, Nikki, to me, when you look at what Georgia did this year, I think if Kirby in this program doesn't win, I think you go from the greatest season in Georgia history. The expectations are everywhere. You know, everybody saw what they did, the all-time great defense. If they lose to Alabama 2 games in a row, a lot of people are going to want to forget this season. Then it goes into the category of one of the worst seasons in Georgia football history. This has huge implications on the perception of this season as well as Kirby Smart.
And, you know, they say, whoever they are, that it's tough to beat the same team twice in one season. You guys have done it before in the NFL. Terrence, do you think it's that hard to do?
It is hard to do, but at the same time, it's been done, and it's been done plenty of times. And I think that this Alabama team he's like the father playing against the son in a pickup game, and you never want your son to beat you. You know he's close, but you're gonna do something to beat him. You're gonna pound him, back him to the basket, and dunk on him. And that's what Nick Saban is gonna do to Kirby Smart.
Gonna dunk on him. Well, let's figure out what the Dogs need to do differently next time if they want to win. We'll cover that coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
After an accident, how well you recover financially affects much more than you realize. It's more than just paying your medical bills and fixing your car. It's about what's been taken away from you and the impact it will have on you and your family for the rest of your life. That's why at Montlick & Associates, we fight so hard holding the insurance companies accountable, and taking it to trial if needed. If you've been seriously hurt, protect your future. Speak to a Motley injury attorney today.
We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort. Our commitment is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Only $19.99 a month for a new water heater.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
I said yes to the vaccine because I believe in the science. Vaccines work.
I said yes to set an example as a faith leader in the community.
The reason I said yes to the vaccine is because I don't want other families to suffer the way my family did.
I said yes because I want school to go back to normal again.
I got the COVID-19 vaccine because I have young grandchildren and a mother who is 92.
Say yes.
Say yes.
Say yes
to the COVID-19 vaccine.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Southeastern Nissan dealer.
Welcome back. Our SEC ACC report is brought to you by Greater Atlanta Nissan. I know Chris Marler is back there somewhere.
Where is he? You know he acting up. You know Chris gonna act the fool.
Back again. Oh, Nikki, it's just so good to talk to you. It's been a minute. You're living in this terrarium now in Mexico with an iguana or something like that. Look, you look great.
Thank you, Chris. We're going to talk about your favorite team today, Alabama, and we want to look at Alabama specifically when they have the ball. What changes do you expect to see on the UGA defense side? See how
I'm not trying to be. That's good. I really definitely want to talk about UGA. Yeah, listen, on the defensive side of the football, you have to ask yourself, does Stetson Bennett start at quarterback? I'm kidding. That's just the only thing we've ever talked about this Georgia football team. So when you talk about the Georgia defense, what I'm looking for, honestly, is the fact that you have been given a blueprint on how to beat or at least defend this Alabama team and give them fits. You saw it with LSU. You saw it with Auburn. You saw it with Auburn a week before the SEC championship game when they had 7 sacks, 5 in the first half against Bryce Young, against a very, very bad offensive line. Following week, you have 0 sacks. Kirby, get over your ego, okay? If you're listening right now, get over your ego and just follow the blueprint, and you'll have success on defense. Otherwise, you're going to end up giving 500 yards to this Bryce Young offense and everyone else as well. So,
now, Chuck, you played defensive end in the SEC. What would your approach be when you're pass rushing Bryce Young?
Oh, what I would do is I would make sure that I send pressure, definitely, because he likes to work outside the pocket. He extended plays last week versus Cincinnati. My thing is I'd go after him, and I think Georgia has a big advantage when they're playing at their best. This last game against Cincinnati, Alabama's offensive line did not do an incredible job on pass protection. The quarterback escaped out of the pocket and made some incredible throws. I personally think this week it's going to be completely different. I think Georgia is absolutely going to wreck Alabama's offensive line. Bama's best chance to win this game is to try to figure out how to run the ball, control the clock, because they're not going to throw in Georgia like this. I'm telling you, watch what next week when we talk about this. Remember I said it first, Chris. Remember I said it. It don't sound good now because what happened that first game. Trust me, Georgia's defense, they're going to wreck the backfield, and the pass rush is going to be one of the stories of Georgia's success.
Calling it now. Well, the Alabama O-line played the best game of the season in the SEC title game. Do you think they can do it again, Bob?
Yeah, because I'm like, why not? But like Chuck said, you had to get through Cincinnati and you had some hiccups. Emil Ekiyor, I think, went down late in that game. I think it's one of those things that from what they did the last time to Georgia, when they got an opportunity to stretch the field with the run, go hurry up and get that big front a little tired, a little gassed. But then you really have to execute on that linebackers, those linebacker blitzes. So the offensive line got to do a good job on first and second down so that you don't get yourself in a vulnerable position that you're third and long and they can blitz the heck out of you. And Georgia is really going to try to blitz the heck out of them.
They did last time, too. I hope they do.
And good
Okay, me
news,
too.
we're going to keep the Natty conversation going right after the commercial break. Quick break, guys. We'll be right back on Football's Play to Win.
Hi, honey. Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word. But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Can you hear me?
shut it down. Just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 877 only ATT.
If you have psoriasis, it's time to see the possibilities with Taltz. Up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
This is it. This is it. Barbecue and Seafood brings back its best value. 2 for $32. 2 dinners, 2 desserts, 2 drinks, all for just $32.
And don't forget, This Is It is now hiring. Apply online at thisisitbbq.com. Union City, now open.
It's still the rib tips.
This is it. Oh, yeah. Got down south home cooking.
Getting your children caught up on all their immunizations is one of the most powerful things you can do. This is a superhero moment. Protect your kids against dangerous diseases and make sure they're ready to face the world. Normal is coming. Call your pediatrician today.
Today's University of Georgia Report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow ya.
Welcome back. Today's Dog Report is brought to you by Beaver Toyota. Still keeping the conversation going on the national championship and looking back at that last Bama-Georgia matchup, the UGA offense struggled quite a bit. Do we think that they're able to turn the tides on that, no pun intended, or will it be more of the same? Chris?
So honestly, you want to look at this game, and from a fan standpoint, like we talked about before, it's my job to be objective in the media, but you guys know I'm going to throw that out the window for this game. At the same time, when you look at what I said about the defense, you have a blueprint on how to potentially beat this team on offense as well. The Bama defense is not as nearly as bad as people have said over and over and over again this season, or maybe even when Kirby was there. So what I'll say is this. I think Stetson Bennett is a good enough quarterback to go win you this football game. I think you have enough talent, if you don't overthink it, to go win this football game. And then you look at the other part of it, too, is Bama's down 5 starters from the last time you played a month ago. 5 starters. I mean, so the opportunity is there. And the last thing I'll say is this. The 4 times previous in college football history where you've had 2 top 5 teams that have played each other twice in a season, the team that lost the first game won the second game. So it all sets up very, very well for Georgia.
Any other weaknesses in that Bama defense that you see, Chuck?
Well, I think one of the weaknesses, I think people going up and really going after them. I think Alabama is one of those teams that, especially when you're looking at the national championship games, people kind of tiptoe around. But this is going to be a different Georgia. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a different outcome. And when you look at all the little measurable, all the things, the analytics everybody's talking about, I'm looking at the personnel the second time. And when you look at it outside of the quarterback, to me, George, and outside maybe Will Anderson, Bama's DE, Georgia's defense, Georgia's team is more talented than this Alabama team. And I think the second one's going to be the charm.
Any storylines we're missing, Bob?
I guess the only storyline that we're missing is really the game itself. So it's almost like I'm nervous to even want to predict this game. I feel like they both have something that they can say is an advantage for them. Alabama, like Chuck says, great defensive end, great quarterback. They can leverage those guys with skills, skillful coaching. And Georgia, even Stetson Bennett, he still is a great quarterback, and he got a rhythm with those receivers and those tight ends. And Georgia's defense, they can shut people down. And Kobe Dean with the blitzing. And I do give the edge to Georgia, but I just have something about what Nick Saban is going to provide as just an added impetus of He's going to get those new players right. And I hate to say it, I think Nick Saban might pull it out.
I'm sick of Nick Saban, man.
Well,
anyway, I'm sick of
everybody's sick of Nick Saban.
I'm sick of Nick Saban. Really. Let's go. I'm pulling for Georgia even more now.
You know, he's not ever sick of Nick Saban. This one over there, I don't know which way my finger is going, but it's definitely Chris Marlowe. Guys, stick with us when we come back. It's our favorite storylines around the NFL, and it is time for the road to the Super Bowl. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back on Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Atlanta Nissan dealer. This is It Barbecue and Atlanta Peach Movers.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you could buy your next vehicle without going to the dealership? Now you can with Beaver Direct. It's fast and really simple. Log into BeaverToyotaComing.com, click on Beaver Direct, quietly shop from hundreds of vehicles, obtain a credit approval and trade appraisal in minutes. We'll gently deliver your vehicle to your location for your private test drive. Beaver Direct is the fastest and easiest way to get a great deal on your next vehicle. Log on to BeaverToyotaComing.com and see for yourself why Atlanta buys cars from Beaver Direct.
It's bow time. Nope, you're not seeing double. Right now, you can get 2 thick, hearty steak biscuits for $5 only at Bojangles. And a deal that good is enough to make anyone dizzy. It's bow time.
Every day, we roll out before sunrise. Our dedication is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Today's NFL report is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, servicing Atlanta's heating and air conditioning needs for over 40 years.
Welcome back. Our NFL report is brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. It's the Falcons and the Saints. Do we think there's even a glimmer of hope there? Terrence Mathis, what say you?
Listen, it's a glimmer of hope for the Saints, but not the Falcons. But here's the thing. This is an intriguing game because the Falcons can knock the Saints out of the playoffs and have those bragging rights of winning 2 times against the Saints in one season. But, you know, it's one of those games that you want to see because you know it's going to come down to a last-second field goal or something like that. Falcons have the advantage because they're healthier than the Saints, but the Saints have a lot to play for. If you'd have asked me months ago, would this game matter? I would have been like, nope, but it does.
Listen, this game always matters when you're a Falcons fan. If you beat the Saints and you beat them twice, that's all you need. And that's just kind of how I feel about it, Bob.
And going into a season for the Falcons where you're not going to make the playoffs, and you had some good wins throughout the seasons, but the wins that you needed to have happen that would have kept your season alive, you didn't play well in those games like San Francisco. So to me, this is a barometer for all the players and the coaches and even the GM of the organization to see what you're going to do in that last game of the season, because we all know, we all use this adage, if you played, you're only as good as your last game, and you definitely want to go out on top because that sets the tone for next year and what you're going to do in the offseason. And because we know it's a business and a job, dudes are playing for their job next year.
Playing for the future. It's time now for our NFL Showdown.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
The 49ers and the Rams. How do you see this one going, Terrence?
Ooh, here's the thing: is the Rams have already clinched. They're getting ready for the playoffs. It's going to be interesting if they're going to play their starters or play some backups so they won't get injured for the playoffs. But at the same time, they have an opportunity to knock the 49ers out of the playoffs. So I don't know. The 49ers, it's a tough task for them, but I think I can see them getting this win.
What's on your wish list for this game, Chuck?
I'd like to see the Rams go ahead. I got a gang of good clients on the Rams, so I'd like to see the Rams win. But to me, if I'm the Rams, I'm getting into a rhythm. I'm going to keep playing. I'm not going to, take everybody out. I understand maybe the quarterback, maybe Aaron Donald. But to me, it's all about the Rams. I like this Rams team. And I said earlier in the year, keep your eyes out for them. They're going to have an opportunity to get to the big dance, I really believe.
And they sure are fun to watch, guys. When we come back, we're going to talk about those final playoff seeds, and we continue down the road to the Super Bowl. It's all coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
At Reliable Heating and Air, every day we roll out before the sun rises. We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology and work late so you can sleep easier. We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort and keep you warm all winter long. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
On or off the field, we all have rules to play by. But what happens after a serious car crash? When the insurance company won't play fair? At Montlick & Associates, we know injury law, and we know what it takes to win. After all, we've been winning in our field for over 35 years. If you've been injured, we're here to help. Simply dial #WIN from your cell phone for your free consultation. That's #946.
You just bought a new house. Now you've got to move. Nobody likes to move. That's why you call Atlanta Peach Movers. Your choice for the best move. No job is too big or too small, and you can be assured your belongings will get where they need to be on time and in one piece. Our in-house training facility ensures our team is ready to offer you unmatched service and a no-hassle moving experience. For the best value in the business, call Atlanta Peach Movers for a free quote today.
Are we there yet?
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 Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
We're there. Get your children vaccinated. Protect them from getting COVID-19 as they get back to being kids. Talk to your pediatrician.
Thank you, Mom.
Today's NFL Road to the Super Bowl is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
Welcome back. It is time for the road to the Super Bowl. It is brought to you by Georgia Drive Chevy. Let's take a look at those NFC standings as they sit right now. We've got Green Bay as the #1 seed. Do you feel like they get overlooked by some people, Terrence?
No. I think the fact is that they're winning and everybody's trying to avoid them. That's why they're not talking about them too much. You got the MVP of the league, I think, right now, in Aaron Rodgers, and they got home field advantage. So the Super Bowl goes through Green Bay. In that weather, you got to kind of pick them as favorites. But, looking at that list, I'd rather see the 49ers in there instead of the Saints, because the Saints is in the same division as we are. So I'd rather see the 49ers go in instead of the Saints.
I'll tell you, I never want to see the Saints anywhere near the top of anything. Bob?
I think the NFC is going to be a challenging thing. Green Bay is definitely a team to beat, but there's some other squads in that playoff hunt that, hey, they got to get through that first round. But then Tampa Bay, they're going to give Green Bay a run for the money, I think, in the championship.
All right, let's switch it over to the AFC. It's an interesting mix-up over here. 2 playoff spots left between the Colts, Chargers, Raiders, Steelers, and Ravens. Chuck, who's making it out of this thing alive?
I think it's going to be Kansas City or Buffalo. Josh Allen, to me, when you get into the playoffs and you get in, January, I love what the Bills bring, but Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes, I'm not even sleeping on Joe Burrow to make a magical run with the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm really intrigued, but to me, the Titans they're at the top right now. The Titans has the best record in the AFC. I'm liking the other teams before I like Tennessee.
Thanks for that Tennessee love there, Chuck. I knew it was coming. Guys, stick with us when we come back. We've got Jeffrey the Ed Schecter's picks for the week. You don't want to miss it. It's all next on Football's Play to Win.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word.
But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Can you hear me?
Shut it down.
just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 877 only ATT.
Don't think for a second that because you're hurt, there's no one willing to stand up and fight for you. Get justice. If you've been seriously hurt, we'll fight hard to get you justice. Simply dial #WIN from your cell phone to speak with a Montlick attorney. That's #946. At Montlick, our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you could buy your next vehicle without going to the dealership? Now you can with Beaver Direct. It's fast and really simple. Log into BeaverToyotaComing.com, click on Beaver Direct, quietly shop from hundreds of vehicles, obtain a credit approval and trade appraisal in minutes.
Today's college and NFL predictions report is being brought to you by the Georgia Department of Public Health. Vaccination is the best tool to protect lives and stop the spread of COVID-19 in Georgia. Learn more at dph.georgia.gov/COVID-vaccine.
Welcome back. Our college and NFL predictions are brought to you by the Georgia Department of Public Health. Jeffrey, take us through your picks for the week. We've been waiting the whole show.
It's the last week of the full schedule for the pros, and there's one college game. So we're going to start out with the pros. Dallas giving 7 to Philly. The last time they played, Dallas killed them. I don't think they're going to kill them this time. Phillies come on. I think they'll keep it close. If Ryan doesn't get a taunting call, I think the Falcons could cover the 4 points against New Orleans. New Orleans has no quarterback. Falcons are playing decent. Take the 4 with the Falcons. And Chargers and the Raiders are playing for the last playoff spot. Chargers are a 3-point favorite. The Raiders are home. And Chargers can't stop the run. I think the Raiders will run them right down their throat. Take the Raiders +3. All right, here we go. I said something, you just don't get emotional or whatever. And now Kirby Smart's a 3-point favorite over Alabama. He's a great coach. I'm sure he's got a great life. He's just got one thing he can't do. He can't beat Nick Saban. But I'm going to give the 3 with Georgia this week and hope for the best. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, Jeffrey. I mean, Chris, don't give yourself whiplash down there, bud.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
I knew you were going to do it. Okay, guys, we are starting out 2022 strong with all of you. Thank you for joining us another week on Football's Play to Win. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next Saturday at 9 a.m. on Fox 5.
Today's show has been brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, Bojangles, and your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers, Chevrolet. Find new roads.